Call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Chairperson Patricia Barton,
Present.
Commissioner Miguel Funes,
Present.
Commissioner Margaret Phelps,
Not here yet.
Attorney James Lamanna,
Present.
and Captain Chris Kelly.
Present.
Okay, you definitely have that quorum. Okay, we have minutes from our July 15th meeting. Is reason. Any question? Correction? Okay. And I can entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from last month, July. That's correct.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Then we have some one-day liquor licenses. The PJM Library, 85 Exchange Street. They're having a dedication plaque unveiling and fundraiser at the Lynn Public Library.
It's to dedicate the building for home on the Pat McMahon's.
Okay, and that's to be held on September 18th from 5 to 7. We also have that one-day license for the Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce, 614 Washington Street, for a block party and a 5K road race on 9/20/25 in Central Square from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And there's another one-day license for the Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce, 614 Washington Street, for food, truck, and craft beer festival on 9/27 at Blossom Street Extension from 11 to 6 p.m. And there's also one more one-day liquor license that didn't make the original agenda. It was an error, and it's under new business, and we'll take it up at this time. It's a one-day liquor license for Hibernian Hall, 105 Federal Street on 9/13/25 for a clam bake from 3 to 7 p.m. What is your pleasure for the one-day liquor license?
I'll make a. Okay.
Motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we do approve the one-day license and suspend any fees unless it's they charge it.
I'll second that motion.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then we have a review of transfer of license for Summer Street Tina, doing business as Plan B Tapas Bar and Grill, 408 Summer Street, Miranda Denora, owner. Miranda here? Okay, we'll hold this. At the end of the meeting. Okay, then we have another transfer of on-premise all alcohol from Diaz Group, doing business as the Antique Table, 2 to 6 Essex Street, Yolanda S. Diaz, manager. Anyone here? Hi.
I'm Attorney Vitale. This is Sammy Diaz, the proposed manager and the proposed new owner. Let me give Laura these are the other sign. This is a copy of Sammy's tip certification.
Okay.
This is a small restaurant on the Lynn Swampscott line. I think the current owner was before you not long ago about expanding the hours to serve lunch. Sam's going to be owning the operation with your approval and that of the ABCC. He brought a menu that he's proposing, and it was because you opened the establishment at 11:30 they can now serve lunch. Sammy owns other properties and other businesses here in the city of Lynn. And as I say, I gave you the copy of his tip certification. He's familiar with this operation. If you've been in there, there's 6 tables at the tops. Yeah. It's a small restaurant. And we're glad to answer any questions that any member may have.
So what would the hours be? Are they going to stay the same?
Yes, right, as they were approved, yes.
That's my only question. Food split, anybody else?
No, no questions.
All right. Then I can entertain a motion to approve the transfer of the all-premise all alcohol license for DS Group, but it's still going to be known as the Antique Table, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Doing business as the Antique Table.
I make a motion that we approve the antique table located at 2-6 Essex Street. With, how you pronounce your name, Yorandi?
Jurandi.
Okay. Yorandi, yes, as the manager.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All set.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
very much.
Yes.
Look.
Same.
All right, and then we have, another conference for a change of manager. M. Love LLC, doing business as La Chingada, 160 Franklin Street. And San Diego E. Ramirez is the proposed manager. Okay. Okay, it's been a long while, a year and a half. December will be 2 years. And we're having this conference based upon your proposal of having this gentleman serve as your manager. Upon going through his resume, I personally don't see anything here that indicates that he has experience in dealing with liquor establishments. And that is definitely one of the reasons why we indefinitely suspended your license, because the place was not run correctly. And we were entertaining, giving you the opportunity of finding someone who could manage this business. Based upon what I'm reading, unless you have some more documentation with me, from my personal opinion, I don't think he's qualified to manage your establishment because of past problems in your establishment. I don't know how you feel about it, Miguel.
What experience do you have?
So, I'm a project manager when I work, creating home services. I'm a plumber, and also I do security and manage a little bit the bar in Monte Cristo. Monte Cristo is a bar also, and I work over there.
As security, not running the establishment.
Not exactly running establishment, but I manage the security, make sure that everybody do the right thing, no bottle to the street, no on the edge. I make sure that everything from nice and smooth in the place.
And how long you been doing it?
Since it's February.
It's February. I just know how, I'm just not comfortable with your lack of experience, I'll be honest. Since February, that's not long. Because of the issues that we've had at your establishment. I mean, we were this close to revoking the license. We tried to give you the opportunity to find someone to manage the establishment. It's taken you a year and a half to get to this point, and no offense to you or anything, but it doesn't seem as if you are in a position to be open this establishment. So I'm listening about you.
I do understand what you're saying, and I do see the point, but can we just try to give for a 6-month probation? See how we can, and see the progress in that, and hopefully.
Okay, you do recall the issues that we had.
Yeah. The issue that we have with that place, not once, but a few times you were here with us, and the lack of management is the number one, issue that we have with it. Over-serving, and not having enough security.
Yep.
So,
The noise, the over-serving, yep.
But if you guys give me the chance, I can assure you the past problem that they have, it won't happen again. Everything gonna be managed the way how it's supposed to. Just give it the try, like you were saying.
What's your feelings on this? Because the police have had a major role in.
Yeah, well, obviously, how we got to where we are now, it was out of control. The fights, not just on the property, but spilling over across the street into the park.
Can I say something? That was before, because me and my
No, I understand. I'm saying there was a reason why we got to where we got to was things were out of control and we were down there constantly and there was some pretty violent
it was
assaults. Right.
the owner before that.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
But we had issues with you.
Yes.
Let's not make any mistake about that. We had issues with you, with the over-serving, with the noise, it was just out of control. It really was. I mean, even to the point where there were after hours going on there.
Oh,
I mean, every rule that could be broken, it was broken. And believe me, we went way out of our way to give her the opportunity to at least have this. I mean,
yes.
we could have revoked the license then and there a year and a half ago, and we didn't. And I'm having a hard time dealing with the fact that it has taken you a year and a half to get to this point. And to me, it just doesn't seem as if you're taking it seriously enough that this gentleman with 5 months experience is the best that you can find to manage a property. I'm not comfortable. I'm definitely not comfortable with a 6-month trial. For sure.
I would appreciate a 6-month trial.
If you appreciated that. Well, I have experience manage people and everything, and organizing work and all that type of stuff. And I'm already have experience, controlling the crowd and all that stuff because Monte Cristo is a bar, it's always full, and I always manage to get everybody safe, no beer or anything. We always close on time. We never have any issue,
Noise. What about a DJ? Well, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that in a second. The noise.
Also the noise in Monte Cristo, because that's the place that I have experience. I always walk around the area, making sure that the noises don't come out to bother the others. So, right
Yeah,
now I
any
understand.
references from the people at Monte Cristo?
You can call. I can give you the phone, the owner number, and he can explain you, or he can, he can tell you how I work. Like, I cannot explain you.
Can you get a reference from him
Yes,
to bring to us for our next meeting?
yes, yes. I can.
Leave it at that.
Even if you want, I can bring it here.
Yeah, bring it to our next meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely I can do it.
All right. All right. It might even be a good idea if you submit the recommendation to our clerk so that we have had a chance to read it and we can contact him if we have any questions.
Yes, sounds good.
Okay, that's for the next meeting.
Yeah.
so I'll make a motion.
Yep,
Let me
yep.
table these for next month.
Mhm.
All right, so next month, bring the letter.
Well, he's gonna get us the letter, get us the recommendation ahead of time, right?
Yep.
So that we can call if we have to.
Sounds good. Second,
I'll second that motion.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you. Okay, and we have a conference for Provenza, 130, yep, Union Street, Estebani. Hi.
I'm Attorney Vitale again. This is Stephanie. Was the manager. She was present on the evening
Right.
of these events.
Mhm.
There were other persons involved. I spoke to Bridget, the barmaid, who's an experienced barmaid, to see how long this individual had been there and whether he was in fact there. and what he had to drink. Bridget's tip certified, has been so for a long period of time. She told me that he had 2 mixed drinks about over an hour and a half, but that he was acting strange, weird. And Stephanie can speak to that. I also spoke to the security people who, when he continued to be a nuisance to other patrons, they escorted him out. And that's when this incident occurred, as he was going out. He apparently had a bottle of water, and he was leaving, and there were people like outside smoking, as I understand it, having a cigarette, some other group. And he had some interaction with them, and they spit on the female of this group, and her partner, whoever he was, proceeded to strike this individual in the face, caught him. This individual lives in the building. The police arrived. He refused help. He acted out with the police. He wanted to go back upstairs to where he lives at 126. They were concerned because he's bleeding from the mouth, and because of his aggressive behavior with the officers. So ultimately, after like 45 minutes of the police trying to calm him down, and I think they would have let him return upstairs, except he evolved. At that point, the police put him into protective custody and took him to the station. I asked people about his behavior because they used adjectives like weird. So since I wasn't there, Stephanie was, I'll let her describe what he was doing that led to his being asked to leave.
Again, this is the first time that this person has ever been to the establishment, and of course people can dance and they can have a good time, but he was dancing by himself in front of people, and let's say people are having a date night and was just getting in their face, using gestures, and I'm just like, I went up to him, I'm like, excuse me, sir, like, you can have a great time, just make sure that we're not bothering the other patrons. They're here to have a good time as well. We don't need to get into anybody's face. And he didn't do that for 10 minutes, but then he continued. So then I was like, all right, like, I'm not here to make anyone else uncomfortable. So I asked my security to escort him out. And then that's when the situation happened.
Police at all?
Huh?
Did you call the police?
The police already were outside, so I don't know if they were, I don't know who called, because I obviously call anytime an incident like this happens, but,
Didn't this time?
because it was like a millisecond, you know, we're making sure that he gets escorted out, he's having, you know, and I'm like, okay, this is when I call the cops, just to let them know what happens. Any incident that goes on, I call.
That's what I
Yeah.
wanted. That's what I.
That's my first priority.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure, because ultimately, if
Yeah.
it's in your establishment,
Mhm.
you own them. I mean,
course.
you know, you own them.
Yep.
And if something else had happened.
If something happens to him, it's my responsibility, you know? So I always think about not just him, but anybody else, you know, because it's like I'm babysitting you for the night.
True.
You're in my establishment, so,
You're right.
it happened in a millisecond. There was like 13 officers. Not sure why there were so many, because nothing happened inside. And then they were like, I asked one of the officers, and they're like, oh, it's a teaching lesson for the rookies. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be,
Yeah.
but you know, even so, you own them,
Right.
and you know,
Right, right.
I believe.
But I was just confused because I was like, this is not a fight. It's just, he was just acting strangely, and I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't bothering anybody else. You can come back whenever, just make sure that you're following the rules of establishment.
You let him back in?
No, I'm saying, like, I was trying to calm him down because he was getting agitated. So I was like, again, whenever you want to come in, just make sure that you're following the rules of the establishment.
All right, but that's why we have these conferences, so we
Right.
can make sure we're all on the
Right.
same page
Yeah.
of reporting things before it gets too out of control.
Of course.
You have anything
No, thank you.
comfortable with it? Put you up there, Liz. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have Sandra. Raleigh?
I'm here again with, this is Sandra Sanchez, this is Gio, he was doing the doorman that evening. In this one, based on what they are telling me, this individual never got inside. He could explain, because they wouldn't let him in because he was intoxicated. And then there's this confusion about whether they were calling him a cab, but I'm only relating what he said. I'll let him say what he told me, okay?
So, all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain what happened on that day. On the day, I show up at 9 o'clock every day. When I came in, I seen the manager waving a guy, and she's waving me in because I went to the door. As I went in, he's like wobbling, and she's saying, "I can't serve you. You're intoxicated." And she's like, "Gio, he's too intoxicated, telling me he has to leave."
Had you already been drinking? Had you already been in the establishment drinking?
No, he wasn't. She said he just showed up, and she was telling
Who
him.
was on the door?
Well, this is what she's.
He starts at 9, so this gentleman came in before 9?
Yeah, she said that he just got there like 4 minutes ago, but they wouldn't serve him. But he wouldn't leave at all, neither, until I got there. And she asked me, he has to leave. So, the way they trained me is to keep it as peaceful as possible. So I kind of, lured him. I said, "Hey, come talk to me outside because I can't really hear." So he's like, "Why do I have to leave?" He was getting a little aggressive. And as well outside, I told him, "Listen, you're intoxicated. You obviously came from somewhere else. No one's going to serve you. You have to leave." So he got angry. So as I went into the door, I shut the door. He kept trying to pull the door open. I held the door to hold it shut, so he got mad and started punching it. Now, what my boss told me, if it's outside and they're getting aggressive, just call the police and let them deal with it. So I'm holding the door and I'm just letting the police, I'm on the phone. So they get there, the guy left. But beforehand, before we got to it, he asked me to call a cab. That's where the cab is to the cup. So I called him a cab. The cab showed up, and he didn't want to get in the cab. He's like, "Why do I want to get in the cab? My car's right here." That's why I said, "You're wasting my time. Have a good night." And I shut the door. Then he got mad because I wouldn't let him in. So that's when, after that, I called the police. He left. The police showed up. They were like, "What happened?" I said, "There was a guy that was here. He wasn't drinking here." I told him he had to leave. He was too drunk. And I guess the officer took the report. He's like, "Where'd he go?" I said, "I called him a cab. He didn't want to call him a cab, but, he got in his car and left." But that was like maybe 15 minutes span from when I called the police. So it's like, I didn't even know where the police took a while to get there. So that's basically what happened. There was no big incident. It was just, "Hey, you got to go." So.
Yeah, no big incident, but if he had gotten in a car accident or anything like that, the last place he was at, this is what, I have to make sure people understand. Once he's in your establishment, you own him. You own what happens. So you really have to be very, very careful about who, one, you're letting in, and two, who you're serving. Because once they cross your threshold, they're yours. And if he got in the car drunk, driving, and something else happened, you're on the hook.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
But to be honest, nobody was aware of where he came from. I didn't know where he came from.
but he got in.
But he asked me to call him a cab. That's what was funny about it.
You got cameras?
Yeah, but so.
Are they working? Are they working?
Only 2 weeks record.
Only what? I'm sorry.
2 weeks.
Oh, you.
They record for 2 weeks.
Oh, you're for 2 weeks. Oh, well, you better check into having video preserved, especially if you get a police report. Get some type of video equipment that you can preserve your footage. Because it might come down to that. You might have to prove that they didn't have anything to drink in your establishment.
Might I add,
Mhm.
after this incident, and there's probably other, I got a body camera now. So everything is being recorded every night. So from here on out,
That's legal.
yeah. Is it? Yeah. Well, yeah.
As long as they're aware that you recorded them.
Yes. It's right there and it's blue, and I let them know, "Hey, listen,
Okay,
you're being
it's being
recorded,
recorded.
just for my safety and yours."
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But you may not have eyes on the bar, so the body camera, if you're not pointing right at him every minute he's in the bar, you might not see
No,
it.
when I'm at the door, it's everybody that comes in and comes out. Because where it comes in, it's like one way in, one way out. So when I'm at, like, I face everybody, so it's recorded everybody that comes in and as they leave.
I think the chairperson was saying that the video would prove that he was never served a drink. And
Absolutely.
that your body
But
can't.
that's why my boss told me, just to protect us and our company and where you're at, he said, get a body cam, that way for future reference. So now I got a body cam as of my birthday on the 27th.
So you need to make sure that your video can be preserved
Yeah.
so that you can prove, I mean, you know, because it's gonna come down to, you own him, prove that he didn't drink at your place. Okay, and make sure that you're calling the police when you need to, and don't assume I got this under control. If there's an issue, call. Seriously.
I'm no hero.
Okay.
And Captain Kelly will say, if the police respond, there will be a report.
That's right, because.
Every response to establishment that's licensed.
And all reports are bad, you know what I mean? So it's not a mark against you, it's you following rules and regulations and protecting yourself. Okay? You have anything? Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Night.
Thank you.
Really have. Right along, a little longer than that. But- Okay, then we have, police reports.
Yep. First one we have is for the Provenza Lounge at 130 Union Street. Report number 250420099 on 6/28/25 at 23:54 hours for noise. Lynn Police were dispatched to the Provenza Lounge at 130 Union Street for loud music. The officer spoke to the owner of the establishment, Estefani Oriana. She agreed to have the music turned down. The officer did note in the report the noise was reasonable for a nightclub at that hour over the weekend and cleared without further incident. The next one we have is for Enjoy Liquors at 53 Union Street. Report number 2504412 on 7/7/25 at 21:42 hours for a disturbance. The Lynn Police responded to the Enjoy Liquors. A woman was trying to use a debit card and the purchase was over $100, which the establishment required a photo ID. She refused. He held on to the ID and called the police. It did turn out that she was using a debit card that did not belong to her. It was seized from her and she was verbally trespassed not to return to the establishment.
Good. Can accept those to the file. That's it for the police reports. I have to wait for this new one. Okay, that's it. I just got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just got it. All right, then under new business, we have one lodging house, the Grace House. This is a sober house. It's been operating here in the city. How long have they been up here?
This is the former nursing home, I think it was Pine Manor.
Okay. Yep, 28 Linwood Road. And all the paperwork's in and stuff. We just need a motion to approve the license for the, Grace House.
I do make a motion that we approve the Grace House at 28 Linwood Road. And as the owner Taylor Lynn,
Yeah, Linwood.
Yeah.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, does anybody else have anything? Any old business? All right.